Hey Lamont, how satisfied were you with your pro day results?
I was kind of disappointed for real with everything I did. The field work I feel like was pretty good, but I kind of hit some better numbers in training that I expected. But it was a average day for me.
Gabrielle and Jerry.
Lamont, how are you?
I'm all right. How you?
Good, thank you. So how's kind of this draft process been like for you? And specifically today, how was it to be out there with some of your teammates doing all the drills?
It's definitely good to get back out there with the guys, man. The draft process, been crazy, but it's turning that dog back in me. I feel like it's turning me up a little bit more, making me go a little bit harder. So
Jake Efferat.
Yeah, Lamont, obviously, you've been outspoken on Twitter before, and, you've made social justice a big part of you speaking out. How excited are you? How, interesting is it that, you might have a bigger platform now in the NFL to sort of shed light on those issues and, have a bigger platform to keep speaking out?
Yeah, I just look forward to, creating change on a bigger level, in whatever area that is, in whatever area I could affect or impact to bring change for the better, bring peace for the better, whatever. I look forward to doing that, on an even bigger level. So I'm happy. I can't wait for it.
Tobias Wilborn.
Yo, Mont, thanks for the time today, but also throughout the season, brother. Good luck to you in all your endeavors.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. One, how do you feel about your overall performance? But also, two, how hard is it not to rubberneck when Awe and Parsons are doing what they're doing out there?
Oh man, first of all, them two guys are freaks. Those two guys are anybody would be crazy to not, pick those two guys up on the first day. But I was kind of disappointed with a few of my things. I tested in training a few numbers better. So I kind of was hoping to, get them things up there. But I feel like my field drills were, solid. So I'm feel all right with that.
Will Pegler.
Hey, Lamont, how's it going, man?
How are you?
I'm good. Kind of going off of that, like Jason and Micah kind of talk a lot about how they kind of like drive each other to compete, leading up to pro day, even on pro day. Just wondering if you experience it at all in the days leading up and training and even today itself. Did you guys kind of, you see one guy do something, does that kind of drive you to step up your game a little bit?
Yeah, man, that really makes you go harder. Especially, me and Shaka was training together, so we kind of, had that same kind of rapport. And then those guys, those guys push it to the max because, like I said, those guys are freak. You know what I'm saying? Shaka had an amazing day, and he kind of feel like, but because those guys are just, like that, and it's just great that we have that competitive environment. It's great that we're able to do that because, not every place is like that.
Frank T. Carr.
Hey Lamont, how you doing today?
Am I? How are you?
I'm doing all right. You've played 3 different positions while at Penn State, starting at corner, finally ending up at the star position. Where do you see yourself in the NFL, and where have teams talked to you about where you might play in the NFL? Do you see yourself more as a safety or more as a slot player?
Yeah, kind of talking with teams, they kind of ask that question. I kind of tell them I feel like I'm a slot, slash cornerback type player. And those teams kind of agree. I feel like that's kind of my mode is that cornerback position or that nickel cornerback. So, hopefully I could, get in somewhere at that spot.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Lamont, thanks for your time. Just wanted to ask you real quick about the room that you're leaving. What can you tell us about guys like Enzo, Jair Brown? What kind of state is that room in?
I feel like those guys are workers, with starting with Jaquan Brisker, going all the way down, Jonathan Southern. Those two guys are great guys to lead a room. They work hard. They do, everything by the book. So, being led by those guys and, having Tyler Rudolph, like you said, Enzo, Jair, we call him Tig. I feel like those guys are, not going to miss a beat. Those guys are really going to do what they got to do to get it done, even improve to an even better level,
Tobias Wilborn.
Earlier you were asked about some of the activism stuff and some of the Twitter stuff. Have teams talked to you about the Twitter or other things like that? Or if so, what those conversations been like?
Nah, I haven't had a team really say anything about that to me.
Matthias Onales.
Thank you. Wait, Mateus from Time Out Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft.
Thank you.
During all this process, all the players talking about like the pro day, the college career, and everything else. What do you think that you can like show for the teams that you like good stuff that you can bring from the table that maybe are not on the tapes and you don't have the chance to show yet?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm an all around football player. You know, whether that's defense, like you said, safety, playing at safety, playing nickel, playing corner. I've played our position we call money linebacker. I feel like I'm a football player. You know, I love the game, returning kicks, whatever it is. I'm a football player and I can play ball. And I feel like, you know, that versatility is kind of my selling pitch because if one guy go down in the back end, I can step right in, you know, and it won't miss a beat, whatever position that is. So I feel like being an all around football player and being versatile helps me out and will help me out a lot.
Thanks a lot. Good luck during the process.
Thank you.
Elton Hayes.
Hey, Lamont, appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thank
You guys had a teammate who didn't play last year out there, and Steven Gonzalez. You know, he missed his pro day because of the coronavirus last year.
Mhm.
What was it like having him out there this year with you all, finally having that chance to compete?
You know, that's a blessing for Gonzo to be able to get out there and showcase, you know, a little bit more. I'm happy he got to be able to do that because, you know, COVID messed a lot of things up. COVID ruined a lot of things, and being able to have that opportunity is such a blessing for Gonzo, and I'm happy for him.
Frank T. Carr.
Hey, Lamont, how much do you feel like, you know, the position versatility and all that stuff, but how much do you feel like you've matured as a football player and a person over the last 4 or 5 years at Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, college, I came into college early enrolled, 17-year-old kid, and I left out a 21-year-old man. Between my son, between adversities, between switching positions, between all the ups and downs, I feel like, you know, it molded me to who I am today. And that growth is huge on the field, off the field. And especially being in that room with Coach Banks, I owe a lot to Coach Banks because he was a real strategic coach. He showed me the game on a different level, moving to safety, and helped me out with that. So it's all around a great thing to come out like the man I am today.
Elton Hayes.
Hey, Lamont, one of the things, you know, Mike Galt talks about is his ability to prepare the guys for pro day at the combine. How do you feel the strength program over the last 4 years has kind of helped you, and how it's prepared you to do what you did today?
Yeah, Big D's is a legend. You know, that's what we call him. He's a legend on a strength coach circuit. He's well respected, well renowned. You know, and it shows. You know, in and out every year. You know, guys having good testing numbers, and guys going on and actually backing up those testing numbers to be solid. You know, starters, role players, whatever it is in the NFL. So, you know, being with that type of guy who has the experience is great to get that work in because we're one of the hardest working teams in the country.
Gonzalo Fabry.
Hey, Lamont here, Gonzalo from Naucadel in Argentina. My question is, which is your best memory at the Penn State program? Any match do you remember? Which are that memories?
Man, honestly, I've created so many memorable memories here. It's really hard to break it down, but you know, I feel like one of them is definitely, you know, the best game I probably played in was that Ohio State game from 2019. You know, for me personally, even though we didn't come out on top, and then as a team thing, that Cotton Bowl win against Memphis was huge, and we had a great time in Dallas. So yeah.
Lamont, really appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.